what's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to That's So Brewster. It is Super Bowl Sunday, so we're in the kitchen today prepping some food for the big Super Bowl party that we're going to this evening. Some of you probably saw the video yesterday where we stuffed sausages. Stefan smoked them today. We just finished putting together some jalapeno poppers that went on the grill. I'm gonna do some stuffed mushrooms and a keto cheesecake, and then Aspen's gonna make some Jello cups for the kids. So yeah, let's get started. So today we're making a I can't believe it's keto cheesecake. And these are the ingredients that you need. Coconut oil, heavy whipping cream, lemon juice, almond flour or pecan flour, swerve or a different sugar substitute of your choice, vanilla extract, 3 bricks of cream cheese, and butter. Salted or unsalted works just fine. Step 1, you need 2 cups of your flour of choice. Today I'm using pecan flour, but the almond flour tastes amazing as well. So 2 cups into your pie plate. And then you need 6 tablespoons of butter. You can also use coconut oil if you do not want to use butter. It's up to you. Once it's all in there, you're going to use a fork. And you're going to mix it until it's completely mixed together. All the flour needs to be moist. And then you're going to push it down into the pan. All right, so as you can see, my flour is completely moist with the butter. And now I'm going to use my hands, and I'm just going to press it down into the pan. And then I'll also squeeze it up like this, up the sides to make the pie crust. So as you can see, I've got the crust pulled up onto the sides, and it's pretty even throughout the entire pie plate. So next, I'm gonna stick it into the oven at 350 degrees for about 8 minutes, just to kind of dry out the butter a little and toast up the pecan flour. All right, step 2 is to whip up 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. All right, and we'll use our whisk attachment on the stand mixer until heavy peaks form. Okay, when your whipping cream looks like this, then you are ready to move on to the next step. And we're gonna add the remaining ingredients to that stand mixer. So first up is 3 bricks of room temperature cream cheese. I use Philadelphia just because it has a lower carb content than store brands typically. And the reason they need to be room temperature is because if they are cold when you start to make this, you'll never be able to get the clumps out. So if you want a smooth cheesecake, make sure they are room temperature. Okay, next is 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil. Go ahead. Perfect. 2/3 cup of swerve or your sugar substitute of choice. And then 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then we're just gonna mix it on medium high to high until it's completely combined. All right, and after a little while, you may want to lower your stand mixer down so that you can scrape the edges down. All right, so that mixed for quite a while. I would say it mixed for probably a good 1.5 minutes total. And now it appears to be clump-free. So we're gonna call that good enough. You can see how smooth it is. So our crust is cool, and we are going to dump our filling directly into the crust. Now, depending on your pie plate, you may have extra filling, which I don't ever mind. I just add it to a Tupperware dish and put it in my fridge and snack on it over the course of the next week or so.
Perfecto.
Okay, so like I said, it is gonna leave some extra, and I don't mind. I use it later on without the crust. So there is the cheesecake. Now, this is not gonna be baked. This is a no-bake cheesecake. So what you need to do now is it needs to go in the fridge and cool for at least 2 hours before you cut into it. The longer it's in the fridge, the better it will be. All right, so Aspen's gonna give our cheesecake filling a little try. So Aspen, can you tell YouTube how much you like sugar and candy and things?
A lot.
A lot. So can you taste this filling and tell me what you think? Is it good?
It tastes like, really? It tastes like real. It tastes good, but I don't know what it tastes like.
Like cheesecake, right?
Uh-huh.
So is it good? So do you give it your stamp of approval? All right. So
It smells like cheesecake.
So a sugar-free, low-carb cheesecake gets its stamp of approval from a sugar-loving, fanatic 7-year-old. Okay, next we're gonna start on our sausage stuffed mushrooms. And this is what you'll need. Cream cheese, hot sausage or mild sausage, depending on your preference. Banana peppers are optional. Cheese, mushrooms. I'm not sure I'll use 2 packs, but I have them just in case. And jalapenos. I typically would use the sliced ones in a jar, but right now we have these pickled whole jalapenos, so I'm gonna go ahead and use those. And again, those are optional depending on your preference of spice. Any cheese is fine. White or brown mushrooms are fine as well. So step 1 is to brown up the sausage. While the sausage is browning, I'm gonna hollow out the insides of the mushrooms so that I can stuff them. And I will go from there. All right, so to make it easy to hollow out the mushrooms, I'm just gonna use a spoon and I'm just gonna pull it around the inside. I'm not throwing away the middle or the insides. I'm putting them into the food processor, and then I'm gonna add them to my sausage. And you don't want to make it too thin. So just about like that, so where it's a cup. And then I'm gonna stick these right onto a baking sheet. All right, so I've got my mushrooms all hollowed out. I went ahead and hollowed out the smaller ones just because I didn't have very many big ones in these packs, but yeah, so that's what they look like. And now I'm going to take the filling that I put aside into the food processor. I'm gonna blend that up, and then I'm gonna add it to the sausage. All right, the sausage is strained. I'm gonna turn up the heat a bit and toss in my mushroom mixture. I forgot to have this in the ingredients earlier, but I will put in about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic into my mixture as well. My garlic cloves are pretty small, so I went ahead and went with 4. I'm just gonna put them through my garlic press. So for the jalapeno and the banana pepper, I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 jalapenos. Again, Typically I would just use some pickled jarred ones. And it's all based on your preference. These ones are spicy, really spicy, so I don't want to overdo it. So just did that, and I pulled out the seeds. And then I'm gonna do probably, I don't know, I would say, I guess, be probably a little over a 1/4 cup. And then I'm just gonna process them up and add them to the sausage mixture. I've got my cream cheese here. I'm gonna put that in next. This has been sitting out at room temperature for probably 2 hours. It is easiest if you do chop them into smaller bits. If I put this in whole, it's going to take a lot longer for it to incorporate into my sausage. So I'm going to do probably that much for now and see how it looks at the end. And if I want to add more, I can add more. Next, I'm just going to sprinkle each one with a bit of shredded cheese. All right, and that is what they look like now. I'm going to toss them into 350 oven for probably like 10 minutes, just long enough for the cheese to melt. We're just gonna take a look at our jalapeno poppers. They are looking really good. We're waiting on that bacon to crunch up a bit more. How long would you say they've been in?
30 minutes, so hour and a half.
Hour and a half. We had it smoking first, and now we turned it up so that we can get that bacon crisped up. So, yep, we'll show you those when they are done. So the jalapeno poppers are off of the smoker / grill, and we're taking them, well, Stefan's taking them up, the skewers out and putting them over there. They look beautiful. Delicious. Okay, the other things, the mushrooms are out. I said 30 minutes in the before, but it only took 15 minutes. So 15 minutes at 350, and you have these really nice looking stuffed mushrooms. Delicious.
All right, what up, YouTube? I need a beer. All right. If you liked what you saw today and want to see some more recipes, let us know. Hit the like button and subscribe. Done.